let's go to question 1. Okay, so you see a photograph of a gentleman. He played professionally for Mohun Bagan and Indian Airlines besides the national team. The highlight of his career came in 1975 when he scored the winning goal against Pakistan in the World Cup, India's only triumph in the competition so far. So his name is Ashok Kumar Singh. You need to tell me who is his most famous father. And to start off things, I'll give you a hint. Think about today. Think about why we are here. So, Ashok Kumar Singh, who was his very famous father? A very easy one. There are two parts to it. Who is she? Who's lifting an LPG cylinder? And you need to tell me which sport did she initially play before being inspired to play the current sport that she practices. I think everybody in this hall can identify who she is. And you need to tell me what sport did she play before moving to the sport that she currently plays. Okay? So who is he? He's a participant in the Quit India movement, joined the police, served for 27 years, but his later life wasn't that rosy. He had to fight for his own pension, and later life was spent in dire poverty. He finally passed away in 1984 in a road accident. So, who is he? An Olympic hero. You've definitely heard about this person. Question 4. Another easy one. From Spain won silver. You need to tell me who won gold and who won bronze. The year is given 1996 Atlanta men's tennis singles. Identify X and Y. So X won gold and Y won bronze. So you need to tell me who is X and who is Y. So +1 for every correct answer. Yeah, so in today's context, Y would be more relevant since it's a quiz on India in sports. And X certainly doesn't need any introduction. He's a very, very famous sports person. So you know, tell me who's X and who is Y. Men's singles tennis, 1996. Moving on to question 5. So, I need a particular Olympian. X was nominated to the Rajya Sabha in 2022 besides being elected as the president of the Indian Olympic Association the same year. X created history when being made a member of the panel for vice chairperson of the Rajya Sabha, as it was the first time when a nominated member officiated as the Rajya Sabha chairperson. Who is X? So X is currently the president of the Indian Olympic Association, is also a member of the Rajya Sabha, and this person created history because for the first time a nominated member officiated the proceedings as the chairperson. So who is X? And very famous sports person from India. And is also the head of the IOA, the Indian Olympic Association currently. So just give me the name. Sorry? Yeah, only. Question 6. Okay, so this is a official emblem of the state of Telangana. Who is the brand ambassador for the Indian state of Telangana? So think about where Telangana is, think about its capital, and think about somebody from that state who has been a part of the Olympics. Who is the brand ambassador for the Indian state of Telangana? And all of us know this sports person very, very well. And I'll advise you to take the first guess more seriously. So I hear that people are taking the assistance of Google and other such stuff. 6 questions are done. If it comes to my notice again, then you will be disqualified. Very sorry for that. So who is Telangana's brand ambassador? This is question 6. Question 7. When he migrated to India during the partition riots, he was strangely caught for travelling without a ticket and imprisoned at Tihar jail. Unemployed and disenchanted, he considered becoming a dacoit, but was persuaded to join the military engineering center in Secunderabad. He finally found his calling, and the rest is history. Said to be extremely close to his wife, both died of COVID 5 days apart in 2021. Identify this great Indian. So when we talk about Indian sports, this is a name that comes to our mind very early. And so he and his wife were both into sports. He was an Olympian and a very famous one, in fact. So both of them died in 2021 of COVID during the pandemic. And during the partition, he moved from the western side of Punjab to India. And he was once caught for traveling without a ticket, and he was jailed in Tihar. He wanted to become a dacoit, strangely enough, but was persuaded to join the army instead, and that is where his talents were noticed, and the rest is history. So who is this person of great Indian? Okay, question 8. Okay, straight cut question. Who is he? And I've written a lone wolf of sorts and a worthy son of the land. Identify him. So the sport is luge, if that helps. Who is he? Yeah, you can. So, as the round is on India in the Olympics, so think about famous Olympians, and from the photograph you can also make out the kind of sports that the person was into. Question 9. So Jayant Talukdar is an Arjuna awardee from Assam. He and Deepika Kumari both were part of the Indian team that participated at the 2012 London Olympics in archery. So what was the venue for archery during the 2012 London Games? The picture might help a bit. Remember, it was in London. So think about famous green spaces in that city. And the venue, all of us know. For different reasons, not for archery. So where did the archery events take place during the 2012 London Olympics? And we all know the venue pretty well. Okay, the 10th question was in the news last year where she narrowly missed a bronze medal. So identify this golfer who would have and could have probably clinched the 8th medal for India. But unfortunately that did not happen. Who is this golfer? Sorry? Any queries? 10. It's 10. Might probably have missed a question. We'll do a quick recap. Okay, question 11. Okay, you also have okay, so India in Olympics, right? An Olympic hero. She works at the Food Corporation of India as Chief General Manager. In June 2021, she was appointed the Vice Chancellor of Delhi Sports University. Identify this legend who last competed at the 2004 Athens Olympics. And the photo should give it to you if you have. You have definitely seen her. So look at the photo carefully. Question 12. Okay, so when her father was promoted and transferred from Haryana to Hyderabad, so think about the two places, Haryana to Hyderabad, she took up badminton at the age of 8 to express herself, as she did not know the local language well enough to socialize with other kids. After moving to Hyderabad in 98, she was enrolled in a karate class by her parents, which she continued for a year and earned a brown belt before moving on to the sport of her mother's liking, as her mother was also a state level badminton player back in Haryana. Identify this Indian legend, former world number 1 and an Olympic hero in her own right. And her mom was also a state level badminton player, and many attribute the sport to her mother. And she originally hailed from Haryana, if that helps. So she moved from Haryana to Hyderabad, and she took up badminton because she did not know Telugu and could not socialize with other kids. So in order to express herself, she took to badminton, and the rest is history. Identify this Indian legend. It's a round on India at the Olympics. So think about Olympic legends from India. Question 13. Okay, 1966 Bangkok Asian Games, 800 meters. Subramaniam Ramaswamy from Malaysia won silver. Mamoru Mimoto from Japan won bronze. Who won gold? Any hints for this? I'll give you a hint. We all know the person in question. At least each and everyone in this hall has heard about this person. If Subramaniam Ramaswamy from Malaysia won silver, Mamoru Mimoto from Japan won bronze at the 1966 Bangkok Asiad in the 800 meters. Participation. Okay, so paper. Tokyo, any Tokyo Games from our part of the country, from the northeast. So, who is he? What's his name? So, identify this Olympic medalist. And Lavina won medals. Another person from the northeast got his hands on a medal. So, what's his good name? At the last Olympics in Tokyo. Question 15. Okay, so the 2019 the Lok Sabha elections, and the seat is Jaipur Rural. The Congress fielded Krishna Punia, who lost by quite a big margin, around 4 lakh votes.
I have to move back.
Around 9,000 people polled Nota, and some 8,000 around votes were secured by Virender Singh Bidhuri. So, who was the winning candidate from this seat from the Bharatiya Janata Party? The biggest hint is Jaipur. So, think about Jaipur, the state. Think about surnames from that state. It's around on India in Olympics. A sitting member of parliament from Jaipur Rural. And it's being featured in a quiz on India in sports in a round on the Olympics. So just fill in the blanks. Who was BJP's candidate who polled some 64.24% votes? Question 16, it's the last question of the round. Okay, so the original gangster who started the fire, who is he? Again, India at the Olympics. You've certainly heard about him since you're quizzers yourself. So just give me his name. And just read what I have written. The OG who started the fire. So what could that mean? And who is he? And on the left, you can get a fair idea of what kind of sports he was into. And on the right is his photo from his older days. Okay, so we'll go back. Just a quick recap. This is 16. Okay, so BJP's winning candidate from Jaipur Rural, 19. 15, 14, the third in Northeastern to win a medal at Tokyo. 13, who won gold 800 meters, 66 Asiad, Bangkok. 12, she took to badminton because she could not express herself in Telugu after moving from Haryana to Hyderabad. Who is she? Okay, so an Olympic legend. Currently works for FCI. Who is this person? Question 10. Identify this golfer. Narrowly missed a medal at the Tokyo Games. Question 9. So what was the venue for archery in 2012? and it was played in London. So, question 8. Yeah. Somebody that we all should know about. Who is he? Question 7. So, wanted to become a dacoit under circumstances, but instead joined the army and his life changed. Who is this Olympic hero? Died of COVID in 2021. Question 6. Brand ambassador of Telangana. Think about famous people from Telangana. 5. Current president of the IOA. Also a member of the Rajya Sabha. Who is X? 4. Identify X and Y from men's singles. 1996 Atlanta. 3. Who is this person? Question 2. Identify this person and which sport did she initially play before moving on to the sport that she currently practices. Question 1. Who is Ashok Kumar Singh's legendary father? Okay, so we now move to Altius. Could you write cities on top of this section of questions before 1? Escape. Okay. Yeah, now we move to Altius. Just write Altius and you have 12 questions. This is around on India in different world championships, with different World Cups. Okay. So this is a 2018 Asia team that won the bronze medal. Also, the team that secured the 3rd overall spot in the last World Championships. Identify the sport. Now, just have a look at the names. So it's dominated by people from a particular state, which is in this case Manipur. Niken Singh Khangingbam, Sanjeev Singh Waikhom, Dheeraj Kumar, Jotin Singh Nathem, Lalit Kumar, Sandeep Kumar, Sitaram Singh Thokchom, Harish Kumar, Malengamba Sorokhaibam, Gurumayum Jiteshwar Sharma, Henry Singh Wahengbam, and Akash Yumna. So this was the final team that went. You want hints for this? Every team has 3 players. And it's dominated by the state of Manipur. So you can see the Indian team right now. Around 80% of the team comes from one single state. So just identify the sport. Third overall at the last World Championships organized last year. So identify the sport. You just need to tell me the sport. And this was the Indian team that won bronze at the last Asian Games. Also won bronze at the last World Championships. Majority of the players come from one state of Manipur. And the sport, as I said, is played by 3 members on one side. And these are the names. So you just have to tell me the name of the sport. Okay? Move to question 2. Okay. Okay, so when Neeraj Chopra won gold, X gave a statement to the media, and this is what X said. I was thinking, my God, the same situation I was in 2003 in Paris, it was happening to Neeraj. I was having goosebumps. He was at 4th after 3 rounds, and I was also 4th after 3 rounds. Said X when Neeraj Chopra won silver at the World Athletics Championships, becoming the 2nd Indian to win a medal at the World Championships. Identify X. There are hints here in the sense that becoming the 2nd Indian to win a medal at the World Championships? I can say that X was the first. You want hints for this? Yeah, 2003 is a big hint. X was also the flag bearer at the Athens Games, at the opening ceremony. Question 3. So there's a myth that the Indian team wasn't allowed to play the 1950 World Cup because they wanted to play barefoot. What was the actual reason behind them not traveling to Brazil, besides obviously financial issues? Why did the Indian team not travel to Brazil when they did qualify for the event? Just a short explanation would do. Took from a Facebook friend's wall. So it's a journalist called Shubham Pal, and he was traveling somewhere, and he found the Indian junior team was also traveling for their World Cup. So just tell me, which sport do they play? And there's a photograph after this, Deepak. This is the sport. It's sort of a conventional sport that we are very familiar with, but as I read up, it's quite popular nowadays. Go back. So, this is the junior team. Indian junior team for which sport? Next slide. Yeah, and this is the sport. Back. I don't think that'll help, but next question. So, 2 parts. Who is he? And if he is the last in an illustrious list, who is the first? I just got a request for giving translations in Assamese also. So, এই ব্যক্তিগৰাকী কোন আৰু এখেত যদি এটি বিশেষ তালিকাত শেষৰটি নাম হয় তেতিয়াহলে সেইখন তালিকাতে প্ৰথম নামটো কাৰ হ'ব? So 2 parts, identify him, and if he is the last entry in a particular illustrious list, who will be the first name? So he's represented India at many World Cups. Hasn't really been successful, but he has been successful at the international level at other competitions. So if he is last in a list, who will be the first person in the same list? And the person who will be first is also a very, very famous Indian who has won multiple world championships himself. Question 6. So this is Vaishali, a grandmaster. So who is her younger brother? And no hints for this. So তেখেতৰ নাম বৈশালী, তেখেত এজন গ্ৰেণ্ডমাষ্টাৰ, তেখেতৰ কনিষ্ঠ ভাতৃৰ নামটো লাগে. So who is her younger brother? is one of the easy questions of the quiz, I guess. And spelling errors don't matter as long as they are phonetically correct. So, for the duration of the quiz, if the answer is Ram and if you give me RUM, that will count. Okay. Question 7. Okay. The unluckiest member of the 1983 side. Who is he? And what makes him so unlucky? So, 1983 চনৰ ক্ৰিকেট বিশ্বকাপৰ দলৰ এগৰাকী সদস্য, তেখেতৰ নামটো কি? আৰু এই আনলাকি বা তেখেতৰ দুৰ্ভাগ্যটো কি? তেখেতৰ বিশেষ দুৰ্ভাগ্য এটা আছে আন্তঃৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় ক্ৰিকেটত। সেই দুৰ্ভাগ্য কথাটো কি? Why is he considered so unlucky? And the first part is, who is he? So, +1 and +1. Question 8. Okay, born into an immigrant Sindhi family in Pune, he is a 25-time world champion across two different sports. He's famously nicknamed the Prince of Pune and the Golden Boy. Who is he? Look at the photo carefully. Even if all facial features change, the eyes don't, right? So, তেখেতৰ জন্ম হৈছিলে এক প্ৰব্ৰজিত সিন্ধি পৰিয়ালত পুনা চহৰত। তেখেত 25 বাৰৰ বিশ্ব চেম্পিয়ন আৰু তেখেতক প্ৰিন্স অফ পুনে আৰু গোল্ডেন বয় নাম দিয়া হৈছে। তেখেতৰ নামটো কি? Very famous Indian, we all have heard about him. So, who is he? World champion 25 times. Question 9. Okay, Maria Irudhayam is a multiple-time national champion as well as a world champion. He is the only person to have won the Arjuna Award, being a practitioner of which sport? তেখেতৰ নাম মাৰিয়া ইৰুধায়াম। তেখেত কেইবাবাৰো ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় চেম্পিয়ন হৈছিলে আৰু তেখেত বিশ্ব চেম্পিয়ন হৈছিলে। তেখেত এজন তেখেতে অৰ্জুন বঁটা লাভ কৰিছে। কোনটো খেলৰ কাৰণে তেখেতে অৰ্জুন বঁটা লাভ কৰিছে আৰু সেই খেলৰ বাবে এওঁৰ বাহিৰে কাকো অৰ্জুন বঁটা দিয়া হোৱা নাই? এনি ক্লু? আমি সকলোৱে খেলিছো আৰু কি বুলি কওঁ, we've all played this sport and for us we are all world champions in this sport. So, for which sport did Maria Irudhayam win the Arjuna Award? আমি সকলোৱে খেলিছো। So, at a time when no mobile phones and people actually used to communicate, this was one of the most enjoyable pastimes. Still is. Question 10. Okay, so this is a very recent photograph. So when this photo was posted, people commented the real Shifu with the real grandmaster. So who is this person called Shifu on the Sunil Gavaskarar সৈতে থিয় হৈ থকা এই ক্ৰীড়াবিদৰ নামটো লাগে? So the round is on India and World Championships. And the sport is pretty evident. So who is she? This is question 10. Two more questions in this round and then we move to the final round. Question 11. So the World Cup of this sport has been conducted 3 times. And on 3 occasions it was played in India. First 2004 in Mumbai, 2007 in Panvel and 2016 in Ahmedabad. It has always been won by India and Iran has always won silver on 3 occasions. So which sport is this? এই খেলার বিশ্বকাপ এতিয়া পর্যন্ত 3 বার হয়েছে আর 3 বারে ভারত হয়েছে 4 চনৰ বম্বেত 7 চনৰ পানভেলত আৰু 16 চনৰ আহমেদাবাদত 3 বাৰ ভাৰত চ্যাম্পিয়ন হৈছে আৰু 3 বাৰে ইৰানে দ্বিতীয় স্থান দখল কৰিছে গতিকে খেলটোৰ নামটো লাগে which sport is this? Always won by India and followed by Iran, and thrice the World Cup has taken place in India itself. And yeah, we all know the answer for sure. Okay, question 12. So FITB, fill in the blanks. Third T20 World Cup cricket for the Dash 2022 champions. So India won the World Cup. So what has been blanked out is the question. Cricket World Cup for Dash. Okay, a quick recap. So this is 12. You have to fill in the blanks. 11. Which sport? Question 10. Who is this person standing next to Sunil Gavaskar? Question 9. So Maria Idodhayam won the World Cup in a particular sport. He's also won the Arjuna Award. But for which sport? Question 8. So 25-time world champion from Pune. Who is he? Born in a Sindhi family. That might give you the answer. Think about Sindhi surnames. Okay. Question 7. So, who is he? The unluckiest member of the 83 side, and why was he so unlucky? Question 6. Vaishali, a grandmaster. Who is her younger brother? Question 5. So, who is he? And if he is the last in a particular list, who would be the first? 2 parts. Question 4. Okay, so this is a junior national sport team that plays a particular sport, like an unconventional sport. Next slide. So there's a myth that India did not play was not allowed to play because they wanted to play barefoot at the 50 World Cup. But what was the actual reason for them not traveling? Question 2. Identify X who gave this statement about Neeraj Chopra when he won the World Championship. Question 1. So identify the sport. Majority of the players in the Indian team come from one state of Manipur. So we move to the last round, Fortius. Please write Fortius, and there are 22 questions. Okay. Same rules, +2 for every correct answer and +1 for getting it partially correct. 1. Okay, the World Championships of a popular medieval European sport is held each year at the Peterlee Cricket Ground in Durham on Easter Sunday. Okay? The current world champion is a certain British grandmother called Audrey Whitman. Which sport are we talking about? So the World Cup of a particular sport happens each year on Easter Sunday, and I'm emphasizing Easter Sunday. Think about Easter and what people are generally expected to do on Easter. And the current world champion is a British grandmother, 56-year-old grandmother called Audrey Whitman. So which sport is she a world champion in? And like last time, I'll again give you a hint, you probably have played this sport yourself. The last round is India and sports. Yeah. You want a page? So if you take more than one sheet, please remind us to staple your answer sheets, okay? So which sport are we talking about? Current champion is this woman called Audrey Whitman. The World Cup always happens on a cricket ground in Durham on Easter Sunday. Question 2. Okay, so you'll see a video. It's a Tamil film. Identify the actor and look at it very carefully, okay? Because there is a big hint right when the video begins. Gentleman that you saw. This person. See a cricket ball in his hand, so you can have a fair idea about which sport he plays or used to play. Member of the 99 cricket side, famous opener, yeah. He did make a mark initially, and then faded away. Left-handed batsman. Epic India-Australia 2001 series, in which India had a turnaround. And he opened the batting with Shiv Chandra Das, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So this final round might have a few, I wouldn't lie. Next. So native of Mussoorie, he lived much of his later years at neighboring Landor. He taught at St. Thomas School in Jagadri, a place in Haryana, for $50 a month before taking to films. He worked as a sports teacher at the school. He used to coach cricket there. His crisp columns on sports have enthralled readers of popular newspapers and journals. He loved his job and the small town of Jagadri. In his own words, there was something very warm about Jagadri. I remained a teacher there until the day I watched Rajesh Khanna romance Sharmila in Aradhana. That was the beginning of my addiction to cinema. He also famously interviewed Sachin Tendulkar as a 14-year-old first-class cricketer for Bombay. Who is he? He has a pretty decently famous son as well. So I'll give you one more hint. Chalo. So once he was asked, "आप इतनी अच्छी उर्दू कैसे बोल लेते हो?" He got furious. He said, "मुँह से." Why I'm giving you this hint? You'll come to know when you have the answer. Okay, question 4. Simple one. She's reading a book on Muhammad Ali. Identify the woman. Congratulating whom Neeraj Chopra recently tweeted, -- तू है बेहतरीन -- तू है बेहतरीन. So think about a word that might rhyme with beहतरीन, and that's her name. And she's reading a book on Muhammad Ali. So take that as a hint. Take that as a clue. Okay, I'll play a video.
And drag, pull off that front foot.
So that's Larry Gomes. Gomes was a part of the 70s and 80s West Indies side. After retirement, he took up coaching. Coached the Canadian national team as well. So in 2021, in the film 83, his role is played by another now famous West Indian. So who played Larry Gomes? You want a hint? That West Indian is a current member of the West Indian team. And he's earned a reputation for himself. I mean, he did have a family reputation, that's another hint. But he's definitely making a name for himself now. And another hint, Larry Gomes was left-handed. So this guy also is left-handed. So think about the current West Indian side, left-hander. I said he has a very good family reputation when it comes to sports. Who can it be? Who played Larry Gomes in 83? As simple as that. Question 6. Okay. So there are two parts to this. I forgot to put in the second part to this question. This is a tomb of ex in Dera Ismail Khan, somewhere in Pakistan. He left in 1900, by which time, owing to the illness of his wife Ella, he had withdrawn from social life and was in a depressed state. He then became a diplomat, became British ambassador to Spain and to USA. However, X is better known for something else in our part of the world, in India that is. So who is X for the first part? And the second part is, what is his biggest contribution to Indian sports? A British guy. And I said contribution to Indian sports. So, and right now as I am speaking, his biggest contribution is going on right now in our home state. Something is underway, and that something is his biggest contribution to Indian sports. So that is the second part. And who is this person? So identify the cricketer encircled. So I'll give you a hint. He's a former chief minister of a state. Is an ex-CM of an Indian state, South Indian state. That much I can tell you. Don't ask for the state now. He was in news because he moved from his original party, from the Congress to the BJP a few months back. CM of a South Indian state, I said. Who is he? Okay, question 8. So 2 parts. Who is she and who is her famous husband? Her husband is a cricketer. Tall, right? Husband. And who is she? Even if you don't know her, you definitely know about the husband. So the National Federation and its activities of a particular sport is almost exclusively handled by the 61st Cavalry of the Indian Army, with the main office of this federation located within the cavalry's B squadron inside Delhi Cant. The chief of the Indian Army is the president of this association/federation. Which sport? Big hints. Cavalry regiment. Look at the photograph. There can only be one sport. Not one sport, but yeah, I mean, within a narrow pool of sports. Yeah, in India. So, which sport? The head of the Indian Association responsible for this sport is always the head of the Indian Army. The headquarters are located inside a cantonment, and that too within the premises of a cavalry regiment. So what's a cavalry regiment? That's in front of you. So which sport can it be? Question 10. So the fourth delivery of the 37th over by Saifullah Khan, Khalid Mashood standing up with the left arm spinner. This was the final match of the tournament. What happened next? 37th over, fourth delivery. Saifullah Khan bowls. Khalid Mashood, the former Bangladeshi captain, was the wicket keeper. Something happened. Not so nice. What happened after the fourth delivery of the 37th over by Saifullah Khan? And Khalid Mashood was standing up behind the stumps to the left arm spinner. With sport, dress, you always have to be barefoot and wear a langot. You know what's a langot, right? You don't? Okay. Umpire is always a senior who starts the game and stops the fouls. The pitch is approximately 45 meters long by 18 meters wide without grass. One side of the pitch forms the central portion of the goal line. It is frequently played on rough, dried mud. Scoring, a player has to approach the goal from the front with his oiled dash and pass the goal line. Offered to the king, carrying. The players are not allowed to hold the dash against their chest, but have to carry it under their arm. Fouling and tackling, players are not allowed to kick or punch opponents or tackle players who don't have the dash. So I've made a mistake here. So the dash is already out. So it's a coconut. So it's an oiled coconut with which the sport is played. So rules of which sport? Close to us geographically. So it's played with an oiled coconut, which is the main ball in the sport. 12. Okay. Lagori in Kannada, lingot in Telugu, lingorcha in Marathi, satodiyu in Gujarati, dabbagali in Malayalam, hafsang in Persian. The inaugural World Cup was held in 2015 and was a huge success along with the Indian Lagori Premier League, ILPL, which caters to a wide audience in the country. Identify this hugely popular sport in India. It also has a World Cup. It also has a Premier. It also has like a professional league. And these are its different names. Okay, so there are two parts to this. Identify this sport and give me its name in our state of Assam. Oh, sorry. It's a different question. Just identify the sport, sorry. You want hints for this? Think about your childhood and a game that all of us have played. A sport in which you don't have to go to the nearby shop and buy a ball. You don't practically need anything. So which sport are we talking about? Yeah, we all know about Spider-Man, right? So There's an Indian version of Spider-Man. For 1 point, tell me what's his name. And second, a very famous personality has given the voice to this Indian Spider-Man. So 2 parts. Name this Indian version of Spider-Man for 1, and name the person who has lent his voice. I don't think you need hints for this. Okay. Spider-Man, Indian Spider-Man, and the person who has given his voice. Okay. 14. In cricket, what is the name given to a shot when a batsman tries to hit the ball, but the bat gets stuck in the wicket and results in a puff of dust to be emanated? This is probably the only general question of the quiz which has nothing to do with India. So think about you're playing a shot and the toe end of the bat gets stuck in the wicket, resulting in a puff of dust coming out. So what is the popular name given to this sort of a shot in cricket? It was made famous. Yeah, I mean there are variations of this shot. One of which was pretty famous. So this is the Corinthian helmet famously used during the Greek wars. How can you connect this to Indian sports? Look at the helmet carefully. You've definitely seen this somewhere. I need to tell me, where have you famous seen this before? Look at it very carefully. You have definitely seen this somewhere. Where? Okay, question 16. So, India played its first T20 international against South Africa in Kingsmead, Durban. India won the relatively low-scoring match that also happened to be the last international match for Dinesh Mongia. I don't know why I put this fact here. Dinesh Karthik won the Man of the Match award. Someone in the Indian team played his only T20 international on this day, in this match. And that's the first part. Second part is, who captained India in this match? So first is, somebody in the Indian team played his only T20 international in this match. Secondly, for the second part, you need to tell me who was the Indian captain. Yeah, you have to give me two answers for this. 1 and 1. So 8 more questions to go. So this is Anam Mirza, Sania Mirza's younger sister, with her husband, who played first-class cricket for his home team. Even Anam was a shooter, if I'm not wrong. So, which fellow Hyderabadi is her father-in-law? Or this guy's father? From Hyderabad, think about sporting legends from Hyderabad. Who would be his father, or Anam Mirza's father-in-law? A very famous sports person from the city of Hyderabad. How many people do you know from Hyderabad? Think about the background and arrive at an answer. Famous Hyderabadi. No hints for this? Hints for this? हैदराबाद बोल दिया और cricketer led by former hockey captain Viren Raskina. He is the CEO. and has been founded to assist potential Olympic medal talent from India to help achieve their dreams and win Olympic gold medals, and scout for potential medal talent and to help identify areas of support. So who were the two founders of Olympic Gold Quest? And both of them have been greats, have been like world champions in their respective sports. So who are these two very famous Indians? So who founded Olympic Gold Quest? You need to give me two answers, +1 and +1. Question 19. Two parts. Simple question. Name the film and give me the name of the person on whom the movie is based. Okay, so this is Virender Sehwag tweeting, and thanks to Chandan Dora for this question. So Virender Sehwag is wishing somebody happy birthday dash, a bowling action tried by many, including the 1999 World Cup logo. God bless you. So the 1999 World Cup logo is supposed to be based on this person, and Sehwag was wishing happy birthday to him. So who is he? Zone. Should I tell you the name of the state also? He played first class cricket for Orissa. And I guess he was the first from Orissa to play Test cricket for India.
Famous cricketer?
Not famous, but I mean, yeah, people of a particular generation do remember him. I mean, of course, not a very famous name, but according to legend, Parshuram is believed to have learned the art from Shiva and taught it to the original settlers of Kerala shortly after bringing Kerala up from the ocean floor. A song in Malayalam refers to Parshuram's creation of Kerala and credits him with the establishment of the first 108 training grounds throughout the state, along with the instruction of the first 21 gurus in Kerala on the destruction of enemies. So this is Indian sport / martial art form. Yeah. So which sport are we talking about? And as a hint, it's from Kerala. It's a traditional Indian sport / martial art form. And okay, the Irwin Amphitheatre hosted the first Republic Day parade in 1950. The venue is now known by a different, albeit fitting name. What is its new name? Think about today's quiz again. So the first and the last questions of this quiz have special reason behind them. Think about the date. Think about why you are here today. So what is the new name of the Irwin Amphitheatre? The Irwin Amphitheatre, interestingly, also hosted the first Republic Day parade. And not Rajpath, in fact. So what is the new name of the Irwin Amphitheatre? And I give you a hint. Think about today. Okay, so we'll do a very quick recap. So 22 was the new name of the Irwin Amphitheatre. Let's see the answer. It's Major Dhyan Chand, whose birthday we are all celebrating. Question 2. Who is she? Lavina Borgohain. What did she play before boxing? Weightlifting. Oh, because she's lifting a cylinder. Okay, let's see. She played Muay Thai. Okay. Or Thai kickboxing, basically. If you give me Thai kickboxing, you get full marks. Okay. Next. So who is he? K.D. Jadhav, the first individual Olympic medalist, Helsinki 1952, for bantamweight in wrestling. Okay. Okay, so who's X? Y is Leander Pace. X is? Okay. X is Andre Agassi. Y is Leander Pace. Next. Let's see the answer. P.T. Usha. Next. Sania Mirza. Okay. That gets you full points. Next. Yeah. Let's see the answer. Milkha Singh. Okay. Yes, this is Shiva Keshavan. Yeah. This is the Lord's cricket ground. Okay. Yes, this is Aditi Ashok. Okay. Karnam Malleshwari, bronze medalist at Sydney Games 2000. Okay. P.V. Sindhu. Saina Nehwal is the correct answer. Next. Okay. Arjun Bhugeshwar Barua, 1 gold. Next. He plays hockey. This is Nilkanta Sharma. Okay. India won bronze, so he also got a bronze medal. Yeah. That's correct. It's Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, former sports minister and silver medalist at the 2004 Athens Games. Norman Pritchard, the first Indian medalist at the 1900 Olympics. Okay, let's go to Altius. Okay. Let's see the answer. This is Sepak Takraw. Who is X? Anju Bobby George. Next. So why did India not play?
For playing in the Olympics. For playing in the Olympics.
Okay, okay. So back then the Olympics were considered to be more important than the World Cup, so India chose not to go. Okay? Probably the most arbitrary question of today's quiz, right? What ball? It's a variation of handball, but it's called choke ball. Okay. Next. Who is he? What's that list all about then? And that, if it's a Khel Ratna, then who would it be? Vishwanathan Anand. Okay, this is Achanta Sharad Kamal and the first and last recipients of the Khel Ratna. Okay, next. This is Pragyananda. Okay, next. Not only the World Cup, he never played at all. He never played any international match. This is Sunil Valsar, member of the 83 side, who never got to play an international match. Next. This is Pankaj Advani, multiple time snooker as well as billiards champion. Ludo. Oh, this is, let's see. This is Carom. Okay. Shefali Verma, Indian sensation. Which sport? Okay, this is Kabaddi. So this is the World Cup for the blind. Let's go to Fortius. Yeah. Croquet. Okay. What do people do on Easter? Eggs. Which sport then? Egg hunting. egg tapping or konijuj. Okay? Even if you write konijuj, you get points. Okay? Or egg fight, we'll also do. Yeah, yeah. So who's the actor? Yes, this is Sadagopan Ramesh, former India opener. Okay, who is this? Yes, this is Tom Alter. Next, Nikhat Zareen, Tu Hai Behthareen. Who play Larry Gomes? Okay, let's see the answer. This is Shiv Narayan Chandrapal's son. Okay. Brilliant answer. This is Mortimer Durand and the Durand Cup, which is currently underway in Guwahati and Kokrajhar. So, who is this? Okay, it was a bit difficult. It's Kiran Kumar Reddy, former CM of Andhra Pradesh. Because tall people play basketball and no husband would want to be shorter than his wife, right? So, this is, let's see the answer. This is Pratima Singh and it's Ishan Sharma. In fact, Ishan Sharma is called Lambu by all his teammates. Okay, next. Which sport? Yes, this is polo. What happened? Yes, this is the death of Raman Lamba. He got hit on the head and passed away on the field. Okay. Yes, this is UP Lakpi, the progenitor of rugby. So I took out the Assamese name, chalo. Let's see. Okay, next. Okay, Pavitra Prabhakar and Shubman Gill. Next. Helicopter shot is a variation of this, but what is it originally called? It's called an agricultural shot. Okay, next. Next. Brilliant answer. This is the KKR logo. The helmet in the KKR logo. Brilliant answer. Okay, next. Okay, who's only T20? Tendulkar. And who captain India? Sehwag. Okay. Next. Muhammad Azharuddin, father of Muhammad Asaduddin. Next. Geet Sethi and? No. Geet Sethi and Prakash Padukone. Okay. Sabash Mithu and Mithali Raj. No points for only Mithu, okay? This is Sabash Mithu and Mithali Raj. Next. Devashish Mohanty. Next. Okay. Next question. Yes, this is the origin of. Next slide. Kalari Payattu. Kalari means training ground or battlefield. Next. Last question. Okay. Let's see the answer. This is the Dhyan Chand Stadium. So the first and the last question was on Major Dhyan Chand. Thank you. We shall be beginning the open quiz in some time.